pen white supremacist and then out of the pen white supremacist.
Listen, they weren't making whole grain bread when Dave got to the kitchen. And guess what they do now? Whole grain in the kitchen.
Anyway, this week of Weird, everyone, is not about prison bread.
It's a weird week, and we're getting to the bottom of the institutionalized prison bread racism conspiracy. It's
in our other podcast, bread and politics!
Exclamation point.
This week of Weird, and I'm Roger, by the way, with Jordan and Nate on the ones and threes.
Hey, it's Wolfman JD. Yeah.
I'm trying a new kind of character.
I liked it. And this week we're talking.
I think it's great.
This week we're talking about a Pennsylvania town mayor recounting a life-changing Bigfoot encounter.
Ooh, Bigfoot encounter coming out on one of those hot licorice pizzas for all our creepy-eared listeners. Is there a non-life-changing Bigfoot encounter?
Yeah, I imagine there's someone who's met him like at a bus stop and just like, hey.
And that's fair. I don't think there is a chance you even come around a Bigfoot and your life is not fundamentally changed.
One of my biggest fears is that I'll meet Bigfoot and feel nothing.
Just be emotionally dead inside.
Just be like, well.
It'd be like that blind guy that meets Frankenstein.
I was going to make espresso.
Had no idea.
I'm afraid I'll be like, just like, well, here you are. You fuck. Where were you when I needed you?
Where were you when Beth left me in the woods?
I didn't know which way was true north.
When there was one set of footprints, that's when Bigfoot carry you on big feet.
That's when Bigfoot carry you fireman style. And also like a deer over the other one.
Anyway, before we jump in with this mayor recounting his Bigfoot experience, let's go over a little call of action. If you're a new listener, you should know that while we upload a full-length episode, weird news review, and a bite-sized grave nugget episode every week, we have only ever had one sponsor, and Monstroko doesn't use any mortal currency. So if you can, support us directly on Patreon. We run entirely on community support from paranormal fans with a sense of humor like you. And on Patreon, you get bonus content, virtual seats to live recording every week, plus exclusive merch and other spooky goodies.
Adam P's in here right now. I'm drawing merch right now.
And all December long, we're offering an exclusive Jiggle for Bigfoot sticker for our ambassador tier and over, along with all the other rewards we provide to our Dark Council.
I often wonder if people see the Jiggle for Bigfoot stickers out in the wild and they're just like, what does that say? You heard me. Sir Stroke,
I don't think it could be any more clear.
And if you can't scare up the funds, go ahead and leave us a like, eerie, glowing 5-star review on whatever platform you found us, because if it's not 5-star, it's a 0-star. The algorithm hates anything but 5 stars.
Plus 5 is just the best number of stars. I'll say it.
High fives. You've all heard the song When You Wish Upon 5 Stars.
Yeah.
Plus, follow us on any social media. The links can be found at the bottom of all episode descriptions, YouTube episodes, blah, blah, blah. And now let's get into this story of Pennsylvania town mayor recounting life-changing Bigfoot encounter.
Love it. I love when Bigfoot sneaks their way into politics, you know?
I mean, we know Bigfoot's been trying for years now.
For years. Briefly was the sheriff of a Northern California town. It didn't go great.
Saratoga remains a travesty.
It's just a hole in the earth. It's just they dug up all the streets. He elected a beaver as deputy. It was crazy.
That's right. He had a vote for his deputy. Only him voted the beaver.
I vote you in.
The mayor.
Here's a gun, a beaver.
The mayor Stokes of Riegelsville.
Oh, come on.
Is the
he's
person
wriggling for Bigfoot?
He's jiggling for Bigfoot. His name is Greg Stokes.
Okay.
And he is the mayor of Riegelsville. The mayor of Riegelsville, a town in the state of Pennsylvania, recounted an experience with a possible Bigfoot encounter from his past at a Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project gathering in November.
Oh, so this dude, he's in. Like he's going to Bigfoot meetings and shit.
The Bigfoot Project, the Pennsylvania Bigfoot the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project population in his town that he was voted is the entire town. There's a reason why he's the mayor.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He says, "I'm 99%."
Pressing the flesh.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Population 868 as of 2010.
Wow.
He says, I'm 99% sure it was Bigfoot. And I leave that 1% of doubt only because I didn't actually see it.
I don't know who gave me the hand job. It was dark. I was in the woods.
My eyes were closed reaching because it was good.
I was just sticking it outside of the tent and something happened.
Like I do every night, just to see if anything's biting,
Now, for 37 years, the experience continued to haunt Stokes. He has searched, researched, and spoken with people with similar experiences. Bigfoot has been cited by dozens of people in the state, according to the Bigfoot Project. Now, on July 4th, 1984, Stokes and his girlfriend went camping in a barely visited valley along the Delaware River, 50 miles north of the town. In his account, he says, "I was not drinking or doing drugs. I was in the military at the time."
For the love of God, I was in the military. They don't let you drunk.
If I know anything
I think
from
separate
Oliver
episodes
Stone's
of MASH
Vietnam.
would say otherwise.
Yeah, right. Like people weren't doing fucking so much acid.
Like heroin didn't come over directly from Southeast Asia from the military.
You got a gangrenous leg. Get some fucking drugs in you, dingus.
Stokes.
We've got opium or opium.
Stokes made a campfire, cooked dinner, and then went to bed for the evening. About 9:45, when it was good and dark, something walked up on our campsite. It was definitely something on 2 feet, and I could hear it snapping sticks as it walked.
2 big feet.
How big were they?
Monstrously.
Large, monstrous creature, Krampus-sized.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Krampus has hoofs, right?
According to Stokes, it was unlikely. According to Stokes, it was unlikely to be a person camping nearby. The area of the camp was located near the Tox Island Dam. The dam was a flood control project abandoned in the 1950s, and the area had been cleared of people and buildings about the time the project closed. He says, "There's nothing in the valley. Nothing human."
Yeah. Foreboding.
Yeah, that's pretty terrifying.
The eventual
answer,
but he means like deer,
Yeah, he knows what he's fucking doing.
Right.
The eventual mayor stayed in his tent, prepared to defend himself with a hatchet and a knife.
I can tell you right now, he's ill prepared for a Bigfoot fight.
Now,
as a group of people who recently challenged the Bigfoot on their stream every Mondays, twitch.tv/werewolf_radar.
Yeah, you're gonna need some more.
Okay.
You're gonna need a shotgun. You're gonna need
traps,
that SMG.
multiple traps.
So many traps. Traps are vital.
Machine gun works the best. For some reason, the shotgun, he's almost as if immune.
Mm-hmm. Even if you get those headshots, it's ridiculous.
So the noises stopped, He's in his tent, hatchet, knife. Maybe he's
now
left-handed.
This is the mayor.
This is the eventual mayor. This is back in 1984, I think. Yeah, 1984.
Okay. So
the year
he's still
Van Halen's Van Halen came out.
Okay.
So the creature. Okay, so the noises stopped.
Young Joe Piscopo taught us how to laugh. Sorry.
He thought the creature was gone. Then came the scream. It penetrated. It penetrated right through me, Stokes told the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project.
They got me.
The animal let out a scream.
David Lee Roth.
I felt like I might as well jump, if you know what I mean.
This animal let out a scream that was just
Bigfoot.
I'm hot for Bigfoot.
The animal let out a scream that was just the most terrifying thing you can imagine. This creature, this thing, was so close to our tent that I could hear its lips pop open when it started to scream. It had a terrible, deep, guttural tone, but also this high-pitched tone. And the scream went on for 20 or 30 seconds. I didn't think then. I don't think about it now as much as I can that a human is capable of making that sound.
Scary.
That's
this
crazy.
Scream.
So like the throat singing, like double.
Sort of.
Oh,
I always go to
Sure.
the teacher in All Real Monsters or him in Powerpuff Girls, like that multi-split.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think you're right. I mean that is a really interesting take though, Nate. Like the Tuvan throat singing, like almost like more than one sound at once.
Yeah, the weird like devil's fourth that they add.
This scream was definitely territorial, and it was definitely directed at us. And the thing that really stands out in my mind, even after 37 years later, was the resonance that this thing produced. It shook my body so hard, I couldn't see the inside of the tent. It was like looking through shimmering water.
Wow,
The sound went all the way through me. And if you stand in front of a big bass amplifier at a concert, once again, this is the mayor giving this speech.
Yeah, well, the mayor's hella sick. He went to see Black Flag in Virginia the week after this.
It reminded
me
of when I went to see Twisted Sister.
He says it felt like standing in front of a big bass amplifier at a concert. That's what it was like.
Come on, feel the noise. That's what Bigfoot screamed through the wall.
That scream was life-changing. Hell yeah, man. That Twisted Sister album changed a lot of lives.
Oh, that was Quiet Riot.
Oh, damn it.
Was it? I thought it was Twisted Sister too. I was right there with you.
I get those two bands confused, and I'm sure D. Snyder doesn't appreciate that.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I saw the guy from Quiet Riot?
I ever tell you guys the time the dude from the Melvins tried to fight me?
I was deep in the woods, right?
Yep, so was I.
There he was, crossing a lake. No, I was at an alcohol class that I was being forced to take by the government. And
that is the natural habitat of every member of Quiet Riot.
And me and my buddy got on the elevator, and there was a dude standing behind us in like crazy, like stretchy pants. And my buddy turned around. And he was like, "Hey, aren't you the dude from Quiet Riot?" And he goes, "Yeah." And my buddy goes, "Right on," and threw him the devil horns. And the guy went, "Right on," and just walked out of the elevator. It's crazy. It ruled. I love Quiet Riot.
Funny. That's the same exact experience I had when I was in an elevator with Albert Maisels.
I don't know who that is, but
No.
There's a story we all know, anonymous and whatnot. One of our friends' aunts saw Stephen King at an AA meeting.
Oh, interesting.
And that's how the family found out the aunt was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
When you're trying to keep a secret, but you have too juicy news.
Listen, Listen, I was at my Over Ass Eaters Anonymous meeting, and guess who I saw?
Stephen AJ. All right, back to the story.
My man
about
would never admit he has a problem.
Let's go back to the story about the mayor, Greg Stokes of Riegelsville, and his Bigfoot encounter that changed his life and led him to the chiropractic/political stardom he is at right now.
Fucking strange journey on this guy.
So Starks believes the vibration was caused by infrasound properties of the creature's scream. The combination of high and low pitches shook Stokes physically and mentally. I've been caught off guard in the woods, Stokes said. I've had pheasants blow out between my feet. I've had a grouse blow out from bushes right beside my head.
Grouse.
Deer jump and run.
Of the most dangerous animals in the woods.
Damn straight. Mm-hmm. Those are startling encounters, but this was terrifying.
This was something else. This was Bigfoot. What is the name of this Pokemon move that Bigfoot used on him?
Oh, it definitely is like an early level one that you think is stupid, and then you bring it later on and you're like, shit, that just destroyed your defense.
Yeah. Sound wall or something.
Yeah, it's like Scream.
Screech.
Bigfoot has Screech. You've heard it here first, everyone. Bigfoot has Screech.
Bigfoot has Screech. Not the late great perv. Screech is dead.
During the early morning, Stokes searched the area for nearly an hour, unable to find any tracks due to the drought that year drying up the ground. Now, are you ready for a twist?
I don't know. I'm never ready. I'm never ready for the twist.
The Pentagon?
Ah! Whoa!
So Mayor Stokes was invited to the Pentagon to witness the pinning ceremony of his recently promoted cousin.
Okay.
He said the ceremony was in the innermost ring of the Pentagon.
And was very nice. Yeah.
The security in that place was quite remarkable. No phones, no cameras. And afterwards, my cousin gave us a tour. And we saw Saddam Hussein's gold-plated AK-47.
Whoa,
we saw where the 9/11 planes hit.
Wow.
Or plane, I mean, because they do the Pentagon. Sorry.
Yeah, they put like a fucking. I'm sure
they don't do an exhibit of where the plane hit at the trade towers at the Pentagon. No, they would do their own exhibit.
Yeah, no, they just put a plaque around the hole in the wall.
So this is like there's a part of Pentagon that's like Planet Hollywood for war crimes.
But for political science majors.
That's exactly what it feels like.
Okay, but here's the point.
This is Bonnie and Clyde's death car over here. You want to get in?
So we're walking down a long corridor of offices, and out of nowhere, one of them had a sign over the door, Office of Bigfoot Research and Sightings.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right.
And that's the end of everything he says to the Courier Times, the people who did the first report on this that led my eye and made me want to do a little story right up on it. And that's how we end this week of weird.
Wow, what a weird fucking week. Crazy.
Wow. I've never before wanted to tour the Pentagon, but sounds like there's a lot of shit we're seeing.
The
Pennsylvania town mayor was recounting his life-changing Bigfoot encounter at a Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project gathering in November, where he said a number of things. He had a Bigfoot encounter, and then goes to the Pentagon for his cousin's ceremony. And out of nowhere spies the Office of Bigfoot Research and Sightings.
What are the odds?
It's above a locker they shove one nerd into.
Yes, this is what I'm talking about. What are the odds that it's on the bathroom door where everybody goes to take like crazy shits? Like if you got to blow one up, go to the Bigfoot office.
Oh man, I got a Sasquatch. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But what if it's not?
What if it's not? What if it is not? In fact, that it would also be funny to put on a trash can.
It would. And I'm a firm believer that he's out there. We need to do more research, but that's a solid joke.
That's a solid gag.
These are the many pranks of our armed forces.
It would also, God, I read a thing. Did you read that thing on Instagram today that was like Hunter Thompson? It was Matt Bronger shared it. And it was like Hunter Thompson once pranked Jack Nicholson by playing loudspeaker music of a pig being torn apart by bears alive in the middle of the night and firing his gun and like hitting them with a spotlight at his house in the middle of the night, goes to Jack Nicholson's house, does all this shit. And him and his daughter are like hiding in the basement, not knowing what's happening. And then apparently they got a call from him. He was like, hey, I got you pig fucker.
I think the name of that classic prank, the cocaine lawnmower.
Truly. I said something to that effect. Like, man, this dude's definition of prank
needs to be stopped. You think he's dead, but his ghost is out there doing the same shit, shooting at his neighbors, and we're going to report on it when his ghost kills someone on this week of Weird.
Comes back around. Rest
everyone.
In space, you weirdo.
Thank you for listening to this episode. We appreciate everything you do for the podcast, listening, sharing it with your friends, making the Legion stronger so the Yep, indeed. So making the Legion stronger with your interactions on the social medias. And if you really dig us, check out our Patreon, as we discussed up front. We're doing all sorts of cool stuff. But I think the most important thing now is to sign off with our ultra super secret sign-off line on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Suspect the void. Space versus whomever.